But
As
should he
long
do it for
as
validation?
you're not catching yourself in a bad space.
That's the
I have
point, though.
nothing to say
Anton,
negative.
listen to what you just said. Say it again.
Should he do it for validation though?
That
He
part.
can do it for whatever reason he want to do.
For high fives,
Listen.
That's what they said in the
we
video.
do every single thing we do for our own. As long as he doing it for his own validation and not for the validation of other people,
That's
I'm
what
with
the
it.
video's about, though.
If he doing it for his
validation
own,
of other
for
people,
his own ego, for his own reasons, for his own validation, I'm with it. I don't believe in doing stuff for the validation of other people. But whatever it takes for him to do whatever he needs to do to continue to win in life, I'm with it. Do whatever you want to do.
Just remember, he literally said, do you get high fives from sleeping? Like if your homeboy sleeps with a certain chick, do y'all high five each other? And Rico said yes. That means there is a certain amount of seeking of validation that somebody's getting from another person. That is my point. That part is the weakness. Is I'm not doing nothing.
But what
for
makes
nobody
that
else.
weak? What makes that weak necessarily? Because the validation, like I get what he's saying, could be coming from other women. You want to know if you have the access. So how does a man know that he has access to a certain amount of women? Unless
I
he
want
puts himself
access to women, but I don't need that access. Like I want access to women. I don't need a dude to see me getting access to women. I don't need a dude.
No, I'm saying, what about it?
Because
What
I'm
about
getting
it makes
to
it
women.
weak? Like specifically, this is weak.
Seeking validation from dudes, but you know, like for example, like I said before, me and my people, we don't tell each other who we don't slept with. I don't slept with this chick. Oh, high five. Oh, you slept with her? Oh, damn, I've been trying to sleep with her. Damn, I'm mad. We don't do that. We don't know who slept with who unless there's a warning. Because if I'm at a chick and somebody that knows somebody done slept with her, or she's like, you know, just something to run through, and I'm trying to wife her, then they're going, bro, she, you know, she's a bust down. But other than that, we're not talking about who we sleeping with unless there's a warning.
That sounds like a dude that just doesn't get a lot of sex. The corny guy, the nerd.
Not necessarily.
Because if you just high-fiving for validation, what are you validating for another man for? Like, hey, look at me, I did this. Like that's weird and whack.
But see, women validate those men though. Well, so a lot of the times men want the validation from the women, not necessarily the men. The only time I know they want validation from the man is when you bring the woman around. It's kind of like you want to hear the, hey, you know, she look good type of thing. But that depends on the maturity. But most of the time they want validation from the other women because women like men that other attractive women are around. I don't know why it's like that. That's just the case. Like you can be a man around a whole bunch of ducks. It will not get you validation. But if you're around a whole bunch of women that other women deem as valuable, pretty, whatever the case may be, they want you because they want to know why those women want you.
Yeah.
That makes more sense though, because you're going to get more ass because of the validation versus getting validation from some dudes. So that's my thing. So if I get validation, it needs to be from women and not from no freaking dudes.
I was about to say, insecure dudes like to hang around with dudes that women flock to. So then women drop off, you right there. But insecure dudes don't want to be around dudes that get women.
Yeah, I don't care about what dudes are doing, but I don't know.
Hold on, y'all. I want to get Amir in there. Amir, what are your thoughts about a man that sleep with women for validation all week?
I'm not a man. I didn't know that it's that big of a deal because in our culture, I mean, I've never seen, like I said, I'm not a man, of course, but usually the men seem to get more validation from what they have, like, you know, what kind of cars they have, what kind of homes they have, what kind of wife they have. But in the case of this, you see so many communities where it's only all the children are being made by like 10% of the men, while all the 80, 90% are childless and single and what have you, and all the children are getting made by this 10%. If it were true that this 10% that's making all the babies and having all the women are getting so much validation, why are these people not being recognized as much as the businessman or the one who has more money or a better career? Just like Anton said, I do not believe either that your power, man or woman, is in your private area or between your legs. If you're putting that much value to something so insignificant, something that an animal has, something that a monkey or a hyena can do the same thing, then in my view, you're devaluing yourself down to your biology, which
I totally agree. That's actually what Eve was trying to say. She just didn't say it right.
How was you able to translate that, Mr. Let Go?
Ali, like, so what does this mean? You
no. The way it sounded to me is that the women who the women want to procreate with is what validates the man, makes a valuable man. Just like Anton just said, the men that women want to flock to and have babies with that's the valuable guy. I don't know why we downplaying that. So ultimately, the man who's getting sex is the valuable guy, the most sex. She said 10% of the men had get all the women, which is historically facts. 40% of all the men in the world have only reproduced, where 80% of all the women have reproduced. So the man is validated by him getting sex. Where if you get security from us in relationships, you validate it. But the sex is what validates men. I think if a man's doing it in a weak way, of course, like, oh man, look, I hit that, just to tell everybody. But when he's being validated by the women want to procreate with him, be in his space, and want to have sex with that guy, that is valuable.
So are we saying that just because he's getting a validation from the women, he's deemed valuable? Because you could be getting a lot of ass and you're not valuable in society at all.
No, I'm saying that specifically, whatever it is that he feels makes the most sense for him, as long as he's not doing it irresponsibly, I'm fine with whatever it is that he's seeking from a validation perspective, because we're all looking to be validated in one way or another, in other ways that other people may deem as not as important, right? Some people think that, I'll give you an example. You go and win an NBA championship, you get a trophy. What makes that any more valuable than helping another human, for example, right? Like, validation comes in a lot of different ways. It's basically a way for a guy, in order to continue to push himself, to say that I'm the best at whatever it is that I'm great at, right? I'm the best at what I do. I need this in order to continue to push me, or this is the thing that makes me happy. What's the difference between watching your favorite TV show and busting down your favorite chick? You know what I'm saying? Like, you do it. What's the difference between going and buying a 85 or 100-inch TV when you can watch TV on a 50-inch, on a 55-inch? You still watching the same program? No. What's the difference between buying a Toyota Camry and going to get a Maybach, right? Some people will say, well, you're just seeking validation because both of them get you from point A to point B. No, I like the stitched leather. I like the two-tone on the top and the bottom. I like to ride in luxury, and I've worked very, very hard, and I think I deserve the best. So if a person has the ability to be able to do something, as long as it doesn't hurt somebody else, I don't know why we would say that that's weak, because then that would be the same. I think that most of the time people that say it is usually trying to either get some browning points with the general public or with women, right, to make them feel a certain type of way about it, or B, they jealous in some way, shape, or form of whatever it is that another person is doing in order to make themselves great. And so I don't shame people for doing great things, as long as they're not doing it to hurt nobody else, or they're not irresponsible as a result of it.